Hello to all my friends out there. How you guys? I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay, this video is prepare for crop failure if you see this. And I was thinking, I just had on the micro thing, I just had 2 years of it. And so what is it? Well, it's volcanic disruptions, and this is the standard of truth. This is a book, this is one of the books I haven't read, and it's about Joseph Smith, and it says, the eruption of Tambora affected weather in North America through the following year. Spring gave way to snowfall and killing frost, and in 1816 passed into memory as the year without a summer. In Vermont, in the northeast corner of the United States, Rocky Hills, and frustrated a farmer named Joseph Smith Sr. for years. But this season, as he and his wife Lucy Mack Smith watched their crops shrivel up under the relentless frost, they knew that they had faced financial ruin and an uncertain future if they stayed where they were. So they relocated, probably suffering all kinds of hardship. So anyway, I think what I see is this, in the Mormonism, there's multiple stories of crop failures and like having to move from one place to the other. And so that is just something to know about things that can cause crop failure, is that like volcanic eruptions and probably other severe weather disruptions can cause crop failure. So I am going to be watching for this. So today I decided to buy two of these packages of pint canning jars, because I want to can all the meat in my freezer. But after I bought these, I thought, how do you think people preserve their meat in the day, back in the olden days? So I went through one of my, I have sections, and really I didn't find anything in there that would really cause me to want to can. So tonight I want to make some beef stew. I can this brisket, here it is, and I am going to make some beef stew. And so I will be going through the freezer, and maybe I'm not going to find anything worth some of that stuff had been in the freezer for a while, and I thought it's old. I'm definitely not going to spend if you water bath can your so this is a pound of brisket. This is going to make some good beef stew. All right. So here's all that's in this is brisket, onions, and half teaspoon of salt, or a teaspoon of salt. So I just want to heat this. So as soon as this heats, I'm going to make some gravy, and I'm going to have beef stew in a minute. So I bought the canning jars for $10.47. I think Walmart's the cheapest place you're going to find those. And the new ones are nice because they're not dirty and the lids are new. I bought 2 packages of pickling spice. The pickles I made were good. Here it is. But I will use the bay leaves and the peppers in my meat. But if you don't want to buy the cases of of 12, just buy a couple each week at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has them now. And if the grid goes down, my concern is that the power will go off. It's not if, it's when. So, okay, as soon as this heats up. I hurt my rib. I didn't go to the gym. I was cleaning. I hate cleaning. And I was trying to grab some, I had a feather duster, and I fell and I jammed my rib on my couch. And it's really sore. It only hurts when I breathe. So anyway, okay, so the pickling spice was $1.38 each. I bought a box of peppermint tea. This is decaf, 40 packages for about $4, so 10 cents each. I bought a bag of potatoes. It only hurts when I lift. So I bought a bag of potatoes because that is not something you want to be without. You want to just get into the habit of having those. $2.78, that was a pretty good price, Walmart. And then I bought a bag of onions for $2.98. So that was because when I can meat, I want to put the onions on the top. Today I was at Walmart, and a 1 point something can of beef is $10. And this is the first time I actually noticed the price of food was a lot higher. And you know, I buy everything marked down as it is. Okay, so you want to preserve food. You want to have the jars. I mean, there was at the beginning of the pandemic, there was a prophecy to get canning jars. And so if there is another, there's some people are saying there might be another, I'll put a little flower, another pandemic. Some people are saying they're contrived, and if Trump wins, I mean, that's just what people here in California are saying, some of them. Probably the Republicans, right? Don't kill me for repeating what somebody said. But that's not the point. I want to be prepared, you know, especially I want to make sure I have toilet paper. Okay, so here's what happened because you retain the oil in your meat, some good fat. One of the reasons I wasn't too hungry today, and then this is 2 cups of beef bouillon, and I'll just add that little by little. And so then this is enough beef stew for at least 2 or 3 meals if you're one person. And then, oh great, wreck your sweater. Oh. Okay, and I bought these veggies at, I don't know where I bought them. It must have been a while ago because they were 69 cents. All right, so I'll put some veggies in here. I'm probably not going to can anything besides, probably a half a can, besides meat. I could see it getting really expensive. So it's better to can a little bit now before that happens. My beef stew is looking good. All right, that looks good. All right, so the idea of preserving food is to store the food. And then out of my stockpile, I got I got vegetable juice all over. I had biscuit mix, so I made 3 giant biscuits. And these are really good. They may not look that good, but they are. I already had one, so I had it with butter, and I had grape jam from Dollar Tree. So I'm going through my refrigerator, and I'm trying to eat everything down, you know, the half-eaten packages. So now when I made the biscuits, I had made cottage cheese, and homemade anything, first of all, is better. This meat is really good. This is not expensive because what I do is I wait around it at Ralph's. What I'm going to do now that I learned how to do this, so easy, you guys saw the videos, but if you didn't, there's videos on Rotostone X, and I will wait for big roasts and I will just count them up. I'll get them. I could have gotten some. I thought I was going to find a lot of food in my freezer. Now that's another thing. You could be thinking you have more food than you do. So I was going to make Jell-O. So I'll probably make it tomorrow, but this is good too. So I had a pineapple in my stockpile, and I try to get the one with juice. Uh-oh, here we go. And then here's the homemade cottage cheese. And what I like to do is put pineapple in my Jell-O, and then put and set it, and then put cottage cheese on the top. And I use the whey to make my biscuits. And then this is a nice little dessert. And if I wasn't in pain, I could enjoy it. But I am in pain and I can't enjoy anything that much. I'm not dying, but it does hurt. Okay, so here is a nice little dessert. That's what I get for doing housework. And then I have tea that I froze from yesterday. Okay, so, oh, my beef stew is looking good. So that's a quick little meal. The only down thing about this is that the meat has to boil at a roaring boil for 3 hours. So even if the power goes down, if you can generate a roaring boil in your big pot, you can can your food. I've seen it done out in the open with wood. Like, how do you think they did it in the olden days? Maybe I didn't take the recipe out. I think I did though. It's on Rotostone X. Okay, so now, preserving your meat so that you have some. I'm kind of moving away from pork after the reports of hybrids of pigs and humans. I kind of believe that. Also, one thing that is getting as expensive is I saw the large bags of walnuts for $20. So Christmas is usually a good time to stockpile nuts. So I want to buy nuts in the shell if I can, and get big metal cans or the food grade buckets and get a lot of nuts. because they're getting very expensive. Okay, I want to talk about the meal plan. Okay, I stockpile this stuff, so hopefully maybe I'll have some macaroni and cheese this week. Rice with mangoes and coconut milk. So you just make your rice, you put the mangoes, they can be dehydrated, and then you just boil your coconut until it's really, really soft, and then put it in the blender and pulverize it, and then you can strain it in a metal screen and you have your coconut milk. Baked potatoes with chili. So you make a baked potato with chili and then cheese. You can use this kind if you want. Potato salad. You know, I bought the potatoes. Jello with pineapple, cottage cheese, and walnuts. And then I took out a Spam. What I usually do is I make something like a Spam and cheese sandwich or Spam and eggs. These are nice to have. And then, you know, I have one of my half-eaten packages of rice. And then today I bought some Jello. I can't believe it. Cherry. I think Ralph's has the best price. Strawberry and orange. I have mandarin oranges, so I bought orange Jello. And then maybe tomorrow I'll be making yogurt. Okay, I want to talk to you guys real quick about something. Okay, they say maybe there's going to be job loss because of the AI. So I am trying to start an online book business, and books are not easy to find, and I think it's because the vendors are buying the books up like crazy. Like if you go to a thrift store, the only thrift stores that you can find books are the ones that are way overpriced. But that's what I'm trying to do. And so yesterday and today, when I was doing the miserable housework, I was polishing the brass candlesticks. They do look good. But I was also getting my vintage watches cleaned up. And so my idea is to start a vintage jewelry business for my little granddaughter. And so I just wanted to show you how much better, like if you buy old watches, if you clean them up. And so be careful if you try to do this, but I carefully use silver cleaner on my watches. And then I wanted to mention this watch. So what I want to do, and if you have kids, my little boy used to do this when he was about 16. Him and his friend would take stuff, but I cleaned up my this is an old watch, and it's got a few diamond chips. Like in the day, they only put like one at the top. It's not all diamonds, but I took a little dish detergent and a toothbrush. You have to be very careful getting vintage jewelry wet. But if you're very, very careful, they look so much better. And some of the dials were really dirty, like this one. So I cleaned that up with a little soap and the toothbrush. And the one that was really, really bad was, these watches are old. This is actually a really pretty watch. This is an Elgin watch. So these will get nothing but more valuable. Over the last few years, I have sold a lot of watches. Okay, so I have, you know, because I am on the lookout for this crop failure thing, I am trying to grow plants indoors. I can't be the only one that's having this problem. And we can sell plants here at the swap meet. I'm still doing the swap meet. And I also have had this in mind to start some kind of little like cookie or food type business. It's still in the back of my mind. And what happened is one of my customers, she was not a trained chef, but she would cook for this certain, it was like a small restaurant. So this guy owned a stripper club, and he kind of stole her to work at the stripper club, and she was my client, so I heard all the gossip, like the fights and stuff. Yes, the girls would fight, but the main food she would make would be really good sandwiches. She was just one of those people. Brownies, and I think it was a can of Coke. Sometimes it was cookies. So I have had this in mind for a long time. Also, I have always said I could win a chili contest. And one of my big secrets for chili is chorizo, half hamburgers, and then roasted chilies by me. And so I have had it in mind to do some kind of chili or something like that. So my books, my vintage jewelry, the indoor garden, the cookies, and the swap meet, because if you guys saw the robots, it's no joke. And people are losing jobs. And people are not on the watch for possible causes of famine. One cause of famine is more people than available food, or more people than available jobs, stuff like that. So just that. And I remember a story, and it was during the Depression. This lady's grandsons couldn't get a job, so she bought them a pizza shop so they would have a job. And then that ended up being the family business. So that's kind of why I've always had I had the idea. My son doesn't like the idea, but I do like the idea, because I told you I was working in the back country out in Buckman Springs, and there was like little restaurants and taco shops for sale. So I've had that in mind, and a couple of people I have known have bought small restaurants, and it's been really unsuccessful, and they lost all their money. But that doesn't mean everybody does. Nothing like an expensive overhead, more like something, I'll figure that out when the time comes, but always thinking about how can I earn a living? Have you noticed, like, at certain times politics will just take over YouTube? What happens to everybody's videos that nobody's watching? My phone has fed me politics. It's supposed to know everything. I thought, then you should know I would hate this. So, okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully my ribs will be better. And God bless you all. Bye, you guys.